Everyone is currently on the edge of their seats waiting for the long-awaited Booba Sword Archon Baal, and I believe with her arrival, Electro will finally take a much-needed step into the spotlight. If we take a retrospective look at Electro as an element, it's actually become glaringly apparent that Electro has had a bit of an identity crisis from the very beginning. While elements like Cryo, Hydro, and Pyro quickly solidified themselves as the premier damage dealers, and Anemo and Geo took their roles as top-tier support and utility units, Electro found themselves somewhere awkwardly in the middle. It's not even that the units themselves are bad, but rather the element itself has been lackluster due to its reaction multipliers with other elements. While reactions like Melt and Vaporize are amplifying with 1.5 and ×2 multipliers, all of Electro's reactions are transformative, meaning that they are entirely dependent on characters' levels and elemental mastery. And unlike Melt and Vaporize, they're also unable to crit. This isn't inherently bad, but it does mean that it is much harder to achieve big damage numbers like this, or this. Instead, Electro reactions found themselves being far more technical, relying on lots of small numbers, stunning or knocking enemies back, and lowering resistances to physical damage. All of which are great for support, but a bit subpar when compared to damage dealers and sub-DPS units of their Pyro, Cryo, and Hydro counterparts. However, I think with the coming of the Electro Archon, there will be a huge shift in the meta, and Electro characters are going to become far more valuable and viable. Since Genshin Impact initially launched, we have only had 5 Electro units, all of which slightly underperformed pre-2.1. However, MiHoYo seems to be taking a much different approach to Electro units moving forward. Instead of focusing purely on damage, MiHoYo seems to be leaning into utility, focusing primarily on buffing party members and most importantly providing energy. Energy recharge has been a remarkably underutilized stat because of the meta's current focus on crit and attack stats. However, in the past few patches, the game has started to open up more viable options. Point in case being the huge overhaul of Elemental Mastery, which buffed the hell out of Anemo and gave a slight buff to Electro reactions as well. However, in Inazuma, the focus on energy and energy management has become very apparent, point in case things like low and high tides in the current Spiral Abyss. Although I can't get into full detail just yet, I will say that Baal's entire kit and even her future signature weapons seem to be heavily focused on energy recharge and elemental burst uptime. This paired with the fact that her best-in-slot artifact set, the Emblem of Severed Fate, also being completely centered around energy recharge and burst damage, really points to this being the next big focus within the meta and endgame content. Now, this could manifest itself in a few different ways, such as elemental hazards draining or reducing energy recharge, or elemental burst damage getting buffed in Spiral Abyss. Either way, Electro characters that can help manage our elemental burst uptime and damage really seem like they're going to shine moving forward. This means that characters like the Raiden Shogun and Kujou Sara aren't merely going to be great characters, but meta-defining characters. Although I do think that players should always go for their favorite units first and foremost, if you want my personal opinion, Baal's banner is going to be as close to a must-pull as it possibly gets. Although I don't think that Baal will absolutely break the game, I do think that she's going to come pretty damn close to it. And at the very least, she's going to jump straight to the top of every tier list in Genshin Impact. So if you do end up summoning for Baal, I don't think that you're going to regret it. Alright guys, that's all for now. If you want to hear more about the Raiden Shogun Baal and other future characters coming to Genshin Impact, feel free to subscribe, I'd love to have you here. Actually, on a side note, we just hit 4,000 subscribers recently, so thanks so much for that, I really do appreciate it. Hopefully with your guys' help we can hit 5,000 soon. Also, feel free to leave a like and comment down below, it really does help boost me in the algorithm, and I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on Baal and other characters coming to Genshin Impact. Alright guys, that's all for now. Until next time, best wishes, bye.